Hey everybody, it's the Mad Master doing another video. Um, this is about caring about what people think and getting back on social media because in a month from now, I'm going to be back on Facebook and back on Twitter because I haven't been on Facebook probably since August. I can't remember. Twitter, I've been doing a lot of because I've been debating with people about the viral stuff. And part of me, I just woke up, so my hair is completely messy, and I want to make it more of a mess because it's getting longer. Wow, that's actually not too bad. It's getting longer. I was worried about the top right here, but it's actually not going nuts as bad as it was. So, gotta get my head propped up. So it's going to be a challenge to not get embroiled in debates and stuff when I get back on Facebook, and that's part of the reason why I quit Facebook for a while, because it was very toxic and very negative and contentious, and I think I brought that upon myself in some ways. But people just post stuff all the time, blah 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 blah. It's like it's always just back and forth bullshit, And honestly, like, people posted so much about Donald Trump, like anti-Donald Trump. I mean, it would have bothered me either way if it was pro-Donald Trump or anti-Donald Trump, because I'm just sick of hearing about Donald Trump. I just don't want to hear about it over and over again. It's like this focus that people have, this meme or this obsession, and I just got sick of hearing about all this stuff over and over again, all this negative news, and people have their opinion. Oh, people aren't wearing masks. Oh my God. That's most of my friends. Or not most of my friends, but many of them. So, I wasn't going to get involved with all that for a while. And I just didn't want to get sucked into that pendulum, as they will call it in reality transurfing. Or, they call it tulpa in magic. It's like this mind meme that is created, and I think a lot of the stuff is kind of, there's some stuff about that that's kind of fascinating about this being a pendulum, as they call it. Wow, what's going on? Didn't want to get involved, so I'm taking a month break from everything, like Twitter. I might be on Snap because I said I was going to be doing some Snap stuff because I would think I need more practice with it, especially with the getting back into dating and stuff. And I know the ladies love that because that's like the demographic that I date is the Snapchat type of girl right now. That's just kind of how it works. Every time, I try to get to know someone, they have a Snapchat, and they, sometimes they send some interesting things, like, a certain person did. Oh, wow. Whew. Anyways, getting hot in here. So that was kind of my intent with trying to get back on the social media, is to not get embroiled in these conversations. And I definitely have my opinions, but I think the people that draw the most attention to their controversial opinions are really doing themselves a disservice. Whereas if they're asked about something in a interview setting or something, that's a different story. Someone that's so more secure with themselves, like, for example, I think Marilyn Manson's somewhat secure with himself, and people just know it's Marilyn Manson. And I hate to use such a mainstream example, but like, oh yeah, it's Marilyn Manson. Oh, I don't like that about him, but he's Marilyn Manson. Whereas you could say, like, someone like Kid Rock will be, talking about something all the time and attacking people and stuff. Oh, fuck Kid Rock, But someone has more balance, like, they might have a controversial opinion, but they're just more, the way that they reflect upon it, when they talk, is like, that's just the way it is, love it or accept it or leave it, It's whereas, like, coming from a more insecure place is like I could come out and say, and go out on Facebook when I get back, is like, if there's someone's shares an article about anti-maskers being sociopaths, and like, you're so wrong, blah 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 blah. The thing I can do is just post a picture of myself with a friend that I'm hanging out with outside. We're not in a crowd, and we're not wearing masks outside, and that is more effective in a way, because, like, there's not to go into that too much, but obviously there's, and people just be like, oh, that's a nice picture. A lot of these same people will probably be like that. They'll probably like the picture. It's kind of funny. So like I was referring to a snap that I saw from an ex that I saw she wasn't wearing a mask outside. Because right now I see a lot of people wearing masks outside. So it's like, is that something that I'm supposed to do, I guess? I don't know. But like being quietly effective is just doing your thing, like not drawing too much attention to it, and like being yourself, whatever that means, and just doing your thing. Like some of the biggest, like some of the biggest players in like, as far as like in the rock world, players like, get the most groupies and stuff. A lot of them is you wouldn't even expect them to be that way. Like you talk about, let's like contrast that with Gene Simmons. Like, oh my God, Gene Simmons is such a sexist pig because he just fucking is such a loudmouth. But then you talk about, and obviously this guy is way more problematic as an example. But Bill Wyman, I never thought that he was some kind of like groupie hound, but I guess he was. But people don't really talk about that too much when they talk about the Rolling Stones. But they talk about Gene Simmons because he's always out there talking about that shit. Like it's like Insecure kind of talk though. And Lemmy's a good example because Lemmy just doesn't give a fuck, about what people think about him or didn't care. But people still loved him for it. People that would probably try to still cancel someone like Gene Simmons probably still love Lemmy. As a matter of fact, I remember my ex actually liked Lemmy and Motorhead and stuff, and she was kind of like, had a lot of like feminist kind of beliefs and stuff. I'm like, I could have pointed out all that stuff about Lemmy, and she probably already knew because she's a very sharp person. She was a very sharp person. Like, memory was scary memory. But like, I think it's what you push out there is if you're secure with yourself and secure with your beliefs, it's like this frame that you put out. Like they talk about in NLP, your frame, and even like the pickup artist world. I hate to refer to that, but like if you're putting out this energy, this is a little woo for people, but if you're putting out this type of energy, even if you're like for example, I have certain beliefs. I don't believe in the further lockdowns, and I don't believe in the course we're going. But if I go out there and say, oh my God, people probably hate me because of this opinion. They want me to cancel. They think I'm a grandma killer because I won't wear a mask at someone's house if they don't need me to. Oh my God, if I go into stuff like that, then that's going to be reflected back. But if I'm going like, oh yeah, it's not a big deal. I'm just living my life, man. Who gives a fuck? Nobody's trying to cancel Joe Rogan for not having people 6 feet apart at his desk. And even though he supposedly tests people, that's not said all the time. But people aren't trying to cancel him for that. They're trying to cancel him for other stuff. But, well, Joe Rogan has people close up in the studio. They're not wearing masks. Oh, my God, they're terrible. But if Joe Rogan would have said, haha, look at us. We're not wearing masks. Haha, then people probably would try to cancel him, for that. That's my point. So you have people that are more secure with their beliefs or more secure with themselves, like Marilyn Manson or Lemmy, or, in contrast, or even James Hetfield to some extent. You contrast that with Dave Mustaine or Dave Mustaine or like James Woods or like Kid Rock. They're just loudmouths about stuff, and those people are more condemned even if James Hetfield is way more to the right than Dave Mustaine ever will be, because it's a possibility that he is because of what doing that anti-porn documentary. I think I mentioned that, unless that was my other take of this video. So that's my point. So what am I going to do? What am I planning right now? What is my life plan? I'm going to live my life, try to ignore what's going on in the world. I mean, I still have to see articles. Like, I just swiped on my phone. I'm trying to get all the articles blocked on my phone, but like all media sources, like Apple, because I have an iPhone. Apple has this like thing where it has all this news over. There's a surge in cases in 25 states right now. Oh my God. Oh, we're all gonna die. It's like, a couple days ago, or even yesterday, I would have been like, oh my God, I just can't deal with it. I'm triggered. But now I'm just like, oh yeah, that's just what's going on. I'm just going to live my life. I'm going to try to the best of my ability, I'm going to live my life. And that includes dating, includes trying to get a band together, trying to do my thing. I'm not going to let this fucking control me, because it's not the Spanish flu and it's not the plague. Sorry to say, I'm sorry to disappoint people that believe that. I'm sorry, but I'm going to try to live my life to the best of my ability. Try to do more stuff. I'm going to go to the gym. Try to get that going. Whatever. As far as what I'm allowed to do, unfortunately, that's the way it goes right now. Whatever I'm allowed to do, I will push to the best, to the limit. That's what I'm going to do. I can't just let my life rot while this thing happens. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm still taking a lot of classes online and stuff that I have paid for, and they're still there. They're still lying dormant. But yeah, I think living your life and trying to be happy and stuff is not a bad idea, even right now, even if it's controversial, because like someone tells you to hunker down, even though, a certain person told you that, in the media, that you're supposed to hunker down, Well, I'm not going to hunker down. I'm going to try to live my life and try to get back into, and I do things. I hang out with friends, I hang out with family. Not a huge number of people, if anybody wants to shame me for that, but I don't care. I'm not going to go to my sister's place and wear a mask 6 feet apart outside in the middle of fucking winter. Oh, I'm cold. Oh, oh, how's it going? Oh, it's so cold. I'm not going to be doing that shit. Nobody's doing that. So I'm going to live my life to the best of my ability and try to pursue things that I've always wanted to pursue. Including, things are looking up, actually, like in the dating realm right now. Oh my God, I'm surprised. But it seems like that's been going on with this virus. Like, the worse the news is, the better I'm doing, romantically or something. I don't know if there's weird correlation with that. But I think there always has been. It's kind of funny I mentioned that, because, like, during, like, 2002, like, that was when things were getting really bad with, like, right after 9/11, like, that was when my love life, like, took a turn of success towards success. And then, like, in 2011, there was a lot of stuff too, and I can't remember. There was a lot of chaos. Well, there's been chaos all the time, so I can't really postulate that that's related at all. But so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, live the best of your ability. Don't fucking be scared all the time. Like, I'm gonna try to separate myself from this for a while. It's gonna be tough, but I've done it before. It was only a couple weeks in May that I really did this, but like, I really focused on stuff that wasn't related to what was going on in the world. And ironically, things got better and improved when I came back to it. And that's kind of like, that sounds like some kind of woo, but I think that's bound to happen, but it's been up and down with this whole thing. So that's kind of fits that pattern. So, but, so yeah, I think not caring about what people think as much is a good idea. I think trying to separate yourself from what's going on, at least, maybe not in a stupid way, but like, I don't know, just living your own life and trying to be in your own reality and world is not a bad thing all the time. So what am I going to replace all this stuff with? Because, like, I was still spending hours on YouTube watching videos about these debates and stuff. Not these current, the debate about the crisis that I'm talking about. And what am I going to replace all this stuff with? Well, I think I'm going to replace it with getting more into self-development again, and taking my classes about web design and affiliate marketing and all this stuff, and music theory and all this stuff that I've been doing. Trying to focus on that more, instead of trying to fight with people on Twitter for hours on end about how they're they're maniacs and all this, you know. And I'm gonna be who I am. I'm gonna live my life how I do. I post a picture to Facebook if I'm outside, with a friend, not wearing masks. I don't think people are gonna automatically say, "Oh my God, you're such an asshole." If I say, "Ha ha," if I had a picture of myself with a lighter with a mask, it's like, "You're such an asshole." They would probably cancel me then, but. Being quietly effective is just doing what you do and being natural about it and congruent with it. That's what it's all about. It's like the hokey pokey, So that's basically what that's all about. I'm looking forward to this next month. I know today's the 6th or 7th. I'm looking forward to the next month. I'm looking forward to moving next month. Things are exciting right now. Things are actually warming up in my life again. I think things need to go in a more positive direction, with all this stuff and all the new age stuff I'm into. I'm going to dive deep into that stuff too. I'm going to replace all this crap, with better outcomes. It's like going on Twitter and, trying to get people to agree with me for hours on end. It's not gonna help with my life situation. Going on Tinder for 5 hours as a different story. That'll improve my life situation. Or taking a class that I wanted to take. All this stuff. I took these classes. Like I signed up for these classes with a Coursera about ancient Egypt. Ancient Egyptian history. It was pretty cool. I'm going to be taking those. So that's about all. I think, it's going to be tough to try to ignore things, because it's all around you. You're reminded every time you go outside that something's going on. Hey, something's going. We have to be apart. Oh. And there's these billboards around my house, like, oh my God, I just want to get a carton of eggs and throw it at them because they're so terrible. All these propaganda posters, not posters, billboards, and it's propaganda. I'm not saying that, whatever, my opinion about this stuff. So, being reminded that stuff sucks, but maybe it can be like eventually like distant in my mind, like, oh yeah, that thing, whatever, So that's all I got to say. Peace out.